Hey guys, welcome to the weekly reading for all signs. This is going to be for February 7th to the 13th. My name is Johanna. Welcome to Tenacious Soul. We're going to go through some general messages. We're going to go all the way from Aries to Pisces, so timestamps will be down below for you. So take what resonates, obviously leave the rest. It may not be your message, so keep that in mind. And as well, you can always check out your sun, your moon, your rising, or any other placements in your chart that you would like to look at. So I will be posting also love readings this week for Valentine's Day for each individual sign. So those will start coming out on Tuesday, okay? So let's see. We are going to start with Aries. So let's see what you need to know, Aries. What does Aries need to know for the week ahead? We have a deep breath, number 7. All right, so you may have some stress this week, Aries. Maybe feeling like you have to take a bit of a break. We have the Two of Cups in your situation. Challenge is the King of Swords. Your advice is the Two of Swords, and your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. So it feels like there's kind of this chaotic energy this week. It could have to do with a relationship, or I don't know, you could just be dealing with another person here, that it feels like you might have to try to detach from this situation. King of Swords and the Two of Swords. So it feels like if you can kind of detach your mind or like your thoughts, because it feels like you could be kind of in your head about things. Some of you may have a decision to make as well, but it almost feels like if you're able to take a deep breath and kind of distance yourself from like an outcome or something like that. This Four of Pentacles and the outcome, it makes me feel like things are going to stabilize. Things are going to feel more grounded and more secure for you, because things are kind of like up in the air here with this Five of Wands. So I'm not sure if you're stressing about something this week that is maybe, I don't know, it's like you might be very unclear on something. The Two of Swords too can also talk about like getting out of your mind and like trusting your intuition here, right? So it's like there could just be this, you might have to try to detach from your emotions, or detaching from your emotions with the Two of Cups, King of Swords. It might be the challenging part. And I feel like Spirit's saying like take a deep breath, kind of take a step back from whatever this situation is. Let's clarify these cards for Aries here. Yeah, Two of Cups, Four of Swords. So I'm not sure if you're, maybe you're not talking to someone, or you're like things have changed in a situation, or maybe you just feel like you are having to take a break. Again, taking a step back. Yeah, King of Swords with the Eight of Cups, definitely needing, challenge is detaching from this. This could be very much on your mind as well. You might be thinking a lot about this situation. We have the Two of Swords with the Ace of Swords in your advice, and then we have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords in the outcome. Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like, Aries, this is a week to focus on yourself and focus on what brings you stability and makes you feel good. It feels like there might be a decision or something that has to happen here. It almost feels like nothing's happening in this situation, and that could be what is kind of stressing you out, is like nothing's happening, and you keep thinking about it. You keep kind of like ruminating on it, or you're not sure what to do about it, or something like that. And again, in your challenge here, we have the King of Swords with the Eight of Cups. So your challenge is to detach. Your challenge is to emotionally walk away from this, or just detach from it emotionally, so that you can clear your mind, so that you can have the mental clarity that you need in order to make the decision that you're trying to make here, or to even just have a sense of clarity that you don't have. Once you can do that, I think you're going to be able to really move forward here. Knight of Swords, like you're going to be able to kind of like reground yourself and move forward. But until then, it's like the mental aspect, you're very much up in your head. You could be dealing with an air sign. You might have air in your chart, but it feels like you're emotionally invested into something right now. You're thinking about something a lot. There could be also something too within a connection that you're trying to heal from. Okay, Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. So there may be something here that you are trying to relieve yourself from, or like just decrease the stress. Again, taking a deep breath, like you might be kind of taking a break, or you might be on a break or not talking to someone, but it feels like the detaching emotionally is the challenge here for you, because I feel like it's heavily on your mind. And so there's a need to just focus on your practicality, focus on yourself, what brings you stability, focusing on your stability. Maybe some of you like focusing on your day-to-day tasks, the work that you have to put in and the work that you have to do this week, and focusing on what makes you feel good versus like stressing about this situation. So I'm not sure, it could be a love situation with the Two of Cups, but it also could just be any sort of connection that you have with, it could be a friend, a family member, okay? And for some reason, it's like you don't have the clarity that you feel you need. And I think that the detaching emotionally might give you that mental, logical clarity that you're looking for. Okay, so just take a deep breath here, Aries. Take a deep breath. Meditation might be really good for you this week as well. And I feel like things are going to start to kind of like blossom for you. Things are going to open up for you. Your mind will start to clear if you can just take a break and like settle yourself a little bit. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Aries. We are going to move on here, okay? All right. So let's move on here to Taurus. Let's see, what does Taurus need to know for the week here? What does Taurus need to know this week? We have number 12, which says bearing fruit. So it always reminds me of like Empress type energy, which is obviously your energy. So things could start to be coming to fruition here, or it's like you're planting seeds almost is what I'm getting. Like it's like you've planted some seeds and you're now starting to see some of them grow. It doesn't feel like you've fully completed, and even it's a number 12, which breaks down to 3, which is Empress energy, right? But it feels like you've maybe planted some seeds in a situation where you're starting to see the fruit. You know what I mean? It's like it's actually finally starting to progress. And again, it doesn't feel like you've fully accomplished something, but it's like you're seeing the evidence of it. So what's going on for Taurus this week? Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles in the situation. So you're putting attention into something here. So this is your situation. Your challenge is the King of Cups. Your advice is the Ten of Pentacles. And your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Nine of Cups. So this is nice. I like this. We have the Four of Swords here, or Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So I see success and accomplishment. Again, stability, like feeling very, it feels like you're satisfied, you're feeling accomplished. I feel like there's a need for you to focus on like the end goal, okay? Some of you, your emotions could be a challenge here for you this week with the King of Cups coming up in your challenge, or just feeling like emotionally stable or secure. You could also be dealing with a water sign. That could be a bit of a challenge this week. We'll clarify and see. But with the Page of Pentacles being in your situation, it feels like there's this energy of you guys really putting time and energy into something, learning, again, putting effort to have a sense of growth. You could also receive some sort of like news or an opportunity that I feel like gives you evidence that, again, things are working for you. Things are moving in the right direction. Focusing on the abundance and the growth around you, focusing on your end goal of what you're trying to accomplish is going to make you feel happy. It's going to give this sense of like wish fulfillment, like you're on the right track. I just feel like it's kind of like moving forward with the process, like moving in a positive direction. You know, it's like staying optimistic, staying driven, staying focused on what you're trying to physically manifest is going to help you feel emotionally satisfied, as well as like you're on the right path, you know? Let's clarify these cards here. Can you clarify the cards for Taurus this week? So I see you focused on like something that you're trying to grow and manifest. That could be literally anything, okay? Yeah, so we have the Five of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, which I feel like this is like, maybe if you've seen small growth, right? It's like, again, I think you're starting to see the fruits of your labor, but it's small right now. It's not the full 10 of Pentacles, but it's like, if you keep your eye on the prize, things will start to move forward. And this could be where the challenge comes in with this 5 of Cups and the King of Cups, is like you're struggling to maintain emotional stability, because I see you being very happy if you focus on the end goal and focus on like the steps and the small achievements that you're making over time. Okay. Yeah. King of Cups with the Sun, challenging to be optimistic, happy, hopeful for the future, seeing the positive aspects of things. 10 of Pentacles with the 3 of Cups. And then we have the 2 of Wands with the 9 of Cups. So yeah, your happiness and your wish, as like your fulfillment, is coming in. I just feel like emotionally your challenge here is to be happy. You know, like your challenge is to feel optimistic, especially with the 5 of Cups coming up in your situation. Makes me feel like you're struggling with the small amount of growth that you've had. But instead of viewing it that way, I view it as, I'm making growth. Like I'm seeing growth. The growth is happening, even if it's small. At least it's a step in the right direction. I feel like there's a need for you to, like in your advice with the 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, is like, enjoy the process, enjoy the growth, enjoy the journey of bringing success. There could also be a lot of like supportive people around you. Okay. And if people are telling you or congratulating you on things, like, take the compliment. You know, people might be really celebrating you or wanting to celebrate you, but it's almost like maybe some of you aren't allowing, because again, you feel like it's not enough, like you're not fully where you want to be, and so therefore you're downplaying the success or the progress that you've made up until this point. But a lot of people are very supportive and happy, whether it's friends, family, relationships, right? People are supportive of you and where you're going. And I feel like some of you could be starting like a new endeavor or something that like is moving you in a new direction, but it's like, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness if you can focus on that. Again, paying attention to the things that feel good and the things that are going well is going to help shift your perspective and allow you to emotionally feel satisfied with where you're going. Because in the outcome, then we have the 2 of Wands with the 9 of Cups. Your wish fulfillment's coming in, your happiness is coming in, your goal, your dream that you're trying to achieve is going to be coming forward and moving. You're going to be moving in the right direction. So I don't see this being like, you might be viewing yourself as like, or your situation as things. Some of you might have had to also, like, in order to step into this new energy or this new opportunity or whatever you're trying to grow, you might have had to walk away from something, which could be that 5 of Cups energy. But regardless, it's something emotional here this week that is, it's like, again, remaining optimistic or remaining hopeful or happy or excited or emotionally stable about your situation is challenging for you this week. And I think it's because you feel like maybe you've had to, you either feel like you've struggled or you're not making the progress or growth that you want to see right now, or you feel like you've had to let something go in order to do whatever this is. Okay. So I see things growing for you. I see there being expansion for you. But again, I feel like you have to remain positive and take the small wins as you move through your journey, instead of constantly saying, oh, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not there yet. Because when we do that, we never actually celebrate our success, because as soon as we hit our goal, we're on to the next one. We don't even like acknowledge it. Okay, so acknowledge the small wins, Taurus, because I think you're starting to see them, but it's like you're blowing them off as they're thinking like they're not important enough or they're not big enough. Okay, and I feel like they are big enough, and they're evidence to show that, again, like you're on the right path. All right, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. We are going to move on here to Gemini. So let's see what is going on here for Gemini this week. We have number 28, broken open. So it feels like you're blossoming or you're opening up to something. It feels like you've completed a cycle here. Your heart could be opening, but there's like a blooming I'm getting like, it's like the lotus flower. So some of you could be coming from a tough situation, but you're entering this new energy, this new, yeah, just like fresh energy. Some of you also have like a lot of creativity opening up for you. Let's see, what is this about here for Gemini this week? We have the Four of Wands in your situation. Your challenge is the Tower. Yeah, I feel like it's this breaking open is the challenge. Your advice is the King of Cups, and your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Six of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So there's things to be excited about. I think maybe you're struggling with the change this week here, Gemini, but you are moving in a positive direction. I think you know this. Like, this is like, I don't feel like there's resistance here as much as it's just that you're struggling with the change. And even though change can be exciting, change can be good, change can be just like you feel excited and positive about it and you want it, right? But it can still be challenging. It can still be hard because it comes with the sense of change, right? And with the Tower here, it feels like it's just the changing and the restructuring and the foundation, like rebuilding the foundation, and like it's not even the letting go that's hard for you. I think it's like the building up part that you might be struggling with, where it's like, oh my gosh, now I got to start fresh. Now I got to like restart. I got to start from the ground up. You might have a lot of things going on this week as well, because you're trying to build a foundation. This is about building a foundation for yourself. Some of you could be moving. Okay, but it's like opening you up to new energy, new things, with especially with the broken open. Like, I just feel like you're entering this positive new aspect of your life. And I think the key to this week is remaining emotionally stable. Your advice is the King of Cups. Okay, staying tapped into your emotions and how you're feeling, but also controlling them and stabilizing them so that you can actually move forward in a clear direction. It's almost like having control of your emotions is going to allow you to detach when you need to detach in order to move forward. Okay, it's like allowing you to be more logical. So it feels like maybe you're just, because there's big changes happening with the Tower here, it's like maybe it's just like, it feels maybe a little chaotic for you. And with the Nine of Cups here at the bottom, like, again, you're excited about this, you're happy about this move, it's what you want. I just think that maybe everything feels like exposed right now is kind of what I'm getting. Let's clarify these cards here for Gemini. Yeah, that's what I get with the Tower and the broken open, like exposed. You feel very, like everyone can see what's going on kind of thing. Let's see, let's clarify these cards for Gemini, please. So Four of Wands with the Knight of Cups. I keep doing that. Ace of Swords with the Tower. Five of Cups with the King of Cups. And then we have the High Priestess with the Six of Swords. Yeah, like there's a sense of you definitely moving forward, following your intuition, but needing to maintain control of your emotions, because you could be I almost feel like there could be like highs and lows for you this week. So maintaining a sense of clarity. Again, I feel like with the Tower and the Ace of Swords, it's like, I do feel like there's a sense of clarity for you and you know that you need to make this change and this change is good for you. But there is this sense of like, I don't know, you just like have been stripped clean, like you're starting fresh, you're stripped clean, and like that's the challenge. And so I think because you're in that like very, very beginning level, it's like you could have, again, like these highs and these lows, because I feel like there's a lot of positive energy around your situation. Four of Wands and the Knight of Cups. I feel like for some of you, you could be moving, some of you could be entering a relationship, or like, I don't know, it's like maybe you feel very exposed. Some of you, if it's a relationship thing, you feel very vulnerable. I also feel like tapping into your emotions and vulnerability is going to be important, because it's going to give you the ability to move forward. It's going to allow you to trust yourself a little bit more with the High Priestess here, but it's also going to allow you to open up and like not be so consumed by the emotions. Like when you can be more vulnerable, like puts it out there and like gets it out into the world, if that makes any sense. Like you kind of just, you release it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But for some of you too, there could be some sort of like truth, or like something comes out this week, or something happens this week that like really makes you feel vulnerable or exposed, or like, again, I feel like you're happy about it. Like you're happy about the change that's giving you, or the change that's happening because of it. However, there's like a need to maintain stability emotionally and not get so caught up in the highs and the lows, like trying to not be so caught up and consumed in it. We have the World. So again, there's like kind of this ending of like an ending and a new beginning. I don't feel like it's a straight up like walking away, ending something. It almost feels like something's being transmuted, something's being shifted or changed. And this could be just in your personal life that you're going through. Like some of you could be moving with the Knight of Cups and the Four of Wands, like moving into a new home, or moving out on your own for some of you is what I'm getting. And others of you, it could be like relationship, or like a project, or a direction that you're wanting to head into your life, but you're making good progress here. I feel like this is like successful completion of one cycle to really allow you to blossom into the next phase. And it's really opening you up. And like, I feel like there's a lot of healing here in this opening up. Okay, but it's like something's been dismantled so that you can really blossom and grow in this new direction. I feel like you're excited about where it's going to lead you. But again, it could just be cautious of like emotionally feeling low. Okay, I feel like your advice is to maintain that emotional stability for yourself, because I feel like this situation could be a little rocky with the Tower here, where it's like, again, the highs and the lows of the emotional space. Because I see you on a high as well at the same time with the Knight of Cups. So just be cautious of that. And I think you'll be able to lead yourself. You're definitely being guided, like intuitively, your guides, whoever, you're being guided in a positive direction, into a better direction where things are going to be improved, right? Six of Swords is about moving in a better situation by removing yourself from conflict and drama, right? So I feel like there's a lot of good things here, Gemini. I don't really feel like this is a bad reading. I just feel like it comes with its challenges because it's creating change, but I don't think you're upset about the change. So that is what I have for you. We are going to move on here to Cancer. Let's see what is going on here for Cancer this week. What do they need to know? We have number 15, a powerful move. So it feels like you're maybe unlocking something, or you're kind of like, I'm really drawn to the key. There's a key. It feels like there's like a strategic move as well that you're making with the key here. It feels like you're unlocking something, but it comes with strategy with this chess piece. I don't know, you might intuitively feel like you need to do something, or you need to make some sort of a change or some sort of a move. And that, I feel like, unlocks something for you. What's going on for Cancer this week? What is going on here for Cancer? High Priestess, yeah, intuition. If you intuitively feel anything this week, Cancer, definitely trust that and follow that. Your challenge is the Six of Cups. Your advice is the Moon. Yeah, more intuition. And your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Chariot. Yeah. You're definitely triumphing over something here, moving forward in a very strong way. We have the Sun here at the bottom of the deck. You're also showing up very strong here with the Moon, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. Like, I mean, there is Pisces energy there too, but I mean, with the Moon here, the Chariot's your energy. I kind of feel like your challenge this week with the Six of Cups could be like leaving a comfort zone, or leaving a sense of comfort, whether that's a relationship, or it's like something from your past, or something you've always done. It feels like that could be a little bit of the challenge this week, is stepping out of a comfort zone. But I feel like you're headed in a really positive way as long as you are trusting your intuition. High Priestess and the Moon. I feel like there's a really strong, there's just like a very big shift here. Something that you're overcoming, definitely. Like with a powerful move here. I feel like there is just this positive shift or change in your life that you're making. Again, it's going to make you really happy. It feels like it's the right time, okay? It's the right time for things for you to move forward. I also feel like don't let your fears get in the way. Like I feel like intuitively there's this very clear message coming in towards you with this High Priestess, but then it's like in your advice we have the Moon. So your advice is to take the intuitive hit, okay, listen to it. But I also feel like with the Moon, it's like don't allow your fears to get in your way, and that's going to let you move forward. Some of you have a fear of like stepping out of a comfort zone or leaving something behind. Clarify the cards for Cancer. Can you clarify these cards here for Cancer, please? Yeah, the High Priestess with the Star. You're definitely being guided in some sort of a direction here. Six of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it feels like a comfort zone. The Moon with the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot with the Five of Pentacles. So you're leaving and moving on here this week, definitely. We have Five of Swords. So it feels like you're overcoming a challenge, a conflict. Again, this could have to do with a relationship for some of you, or just people, like people who you've been in some sort of partnership, but it feels like you've overcome some sort of like karmic situation is what it feels like. Sorry for my dog. But it feels like you've overcome some sort of karmic situation here. Someone or a situation that was very manipulative or controlling of you, that didn't make you feel like you had a sense of freedom. Okay, but it was a comfort zone. Like you stayed here because it's like all you've ever known, or it's a comfort thing, or you feel safe in it. And so it's like the fear of going out and doing something different is actually more scary than staying in a place that was controlling for you. But I really feel like now's the time. You're really being guided here. And I feel like a lot of you are hoping for change. Like you've been wanting this change. You've been wanting for things to improve or get better. Okay. I also feel too, this change that whatever you're intuitively picking up on is like giving you hope again. Okay. I really feel like the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Cups in your challenge is this sense of like, oh, this brings me comfort because it feels balanced, or it feels balanced because it's comfortable, if in that sense, where it's like, there's kind of this energy of, wanting to feel more stable. And also this like fear of the unknown. Some of you, again, it's like you might not have the full confidence. Like I feel like the intuition or the Moon here with the Queen of Pentacles is telling me that there's this energy of like needing to trust yourself or believing in yourself, having confidence in yourself, right? Really, really also healing and diving deeper into the fears or the blockages that you have that are preventing you from moving forward. Because I feel like you are leaving behind the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles. You will, when you gain this confidence and you are able to overcome these fears and trust your intuition, I feel like you're going to be able to move forward in a positive direction here, away from what has been causing you lack or feeling lack, or just like, again, that comfort zone. This is allowing you to move forward. Okay, so this looks really good here, Cancer. I feel like you're moving in a very positive direction. And I feel, sorry again for my dog barking. It's the morning time, so he gets very excited, and my other dog doesn't always want to play with him. So he barks at him. But that's what I have for you, Cancer, this week. It feels like you're, again, making positive change and making a big move or a big shift in your life, or at least thinking about it. But I do see with the Chariot, you will start to be moving forward, even if it's like near the end of the week, or again, you've emotionally decided definitely to move forward and intuitively. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Let's move on here. Let's see what is going on for Leo. What does Leo need to know this week? We have Shining Through, number 30. So I don't know, you could be being noticed, or you're just like, there's something that makes you stand out from the crowd, or like something that's allowing you to stand out. I'm not sure what that is. We'll see if it comes up in the tarot here, but it feels like with number 30 breaking down to a 3, it's like there's growth. Some of you are really breaking free, like, and you're stepping into like a sense of authenticity, like your authenticity is shining through. Let's see. What is going on here for Leo this week? But again, I feel like you're, if anything, you're definitely being like noticed. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a sense of like success, achievement. Okay, a lot of abundance here around you. Your challenge is the 4 of Cups. Your advice is the 3 of Pentacles. And your outcome is the Emperor. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I see your money improving. I see things like, I kind of feel like you're blossoming in some sense, where you're coming from this place, but like that, this is done, right? 5 of Pentacles, the world. Some of you as well, it's having to do with your confidence or doubt in yourself. Like you're starting to feel more abundant. You're feeling more confident. I also feel like you have a lot of goals that you could be focused on. Your advice is to keep working, to keep harnessing your craft, to keep working on your craft. Some of you could be very busy with work, I feel, this week. There's something you're dissatisfied that's in your challenge. Okay, so there's something that is not, there's something bothering you definitely this week. However, I feel like your money, your career, everything, like you're gonna definitely be leveling up. Like there's kind of this like boss type energy here with the shining through and the Emperor coming out in your outcome, where it's like you are, no one's playing with you this week. Like people are like, Leo knows what's up. Leo's like doing the work. Leo's been working on themselves. I also feel you're going to be very confident, very focused this week on something. But you are, with this 4 of Cups, you are dissatisfied in some aspect here. Got a few cards here. Hold on. Yeah, some of you could feel like, I don't know if maybe you're struggling to move forward, and like the lack of clarity. You're trying to find strength to move forward in something, or I don't know. Let's see. Let's clarify the cards on the table here for Leo, please. Clarify the cards on the table for Leo. What does Leo need to know this week? 10 of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. 4 of Cups with the Hanged Man. 3 of Pentacles with the 9 of Swords. And the Emperor with the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. 2 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Some of you are hesitant. I feel like there's something you're kind of like holding back on. You're fearful of, some of you are fearful of shining through, of stepping into this energy. It feels like there's possibly a love opportunity or a love situation and a career situation here for you. It feels like you could definitely, with the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles, it feels like some of you are really going to start taking charge or taking action or asserting yourself in some sort of monetary, especially with the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. It feels like there's a monetary focus, but there's also something love that's stagnant. I don't know if it's that you're looking for a relationship, or like you're trying to balance all of these things with the 2 of Pentacles. But like Ace of Cups, 10 of Pentacles could be like long-term commitment. There could be some sense of like an offer here even for you, but for some reason, this offer is in the 4 of Cups here that's being offered, and the Hanged Man. So I don't know if you have to shift your perspective on a situation, or the challenge is to see the situation differently. For some reason with the 4 of Cups, you're not overly thrilled, or there's like a hesitation even of like not sure if this is really what you want. And so can I get one more with this Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles in the situation for Leo? Another Ace, Ace of Wands, and then we have the Empress. So this could be about growth and expansion. What's going to bring you growth and expansion? What direction and what are you manifesting? Again, some of you might have an option, like trying to figure out, okay, what's the best place to put my energy right now? Some of you have a lot of offers, like people could be very attracted to you right now. At this time, like I feel like you're coming through as very abundant. 10 of Pentacles, we have the Empress here. But I also think you're questioning whether you can grow and build in a situation, whether that's with a person or if that's just in your own life. What's this Four of Cups, Hanged Man for Leo? Yeah, there's something you don't trust. Seven of Swords. There's something about this Ace of Cups that you're not trusting. So I don't know if that's a love situation, but then there's also money, career here. If someone's offering you a relationship or someone is suggesting something, I kind of feel like you're hesitating, you're not trusting, and I feel like you're almost like trying to look at it from all different angles with this Hanged Man, but you're having a hard time letting things happen naturally as well. With the Hanged Man, it talks about surrendering. So it's almost like with that being in your challenge, you're having a hard time letting this go. Some of you are having a hard time trusting, and that, like, therefore it's creating a block for you. Like, you don't know if you want to work together with this person. I almost feel for some of you, this situation, this like love or this offer is like getting in the way of you actually focusing on your work. Okay, Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords is almost giving me this energy of like, don't get distracted. This is in your advice. Like, don't get distracted from your work this week. Don't get distracted from what you're trying to build or create for your life. Give me one with this Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles. The Hermit, the Lovers, and the Fool. Definitely could be a love like someone offering you a new beginning or a beginning. Okay, but I feel like you're stressed about love this week, but it's getting possibly in the way of your work. I feel like your work is going well, however. Some of you also could be like going into business on your own or starting something like business oriented, but for a lot of you, there's something love related. Like someone could be offering you a new opportunity in love. But for some reason, you don't trust this situation. I feel like you really stand out to this person. This person's very attracted to you. Like you're shining through. You're standing out from the crowd. So this person I also feel like they want to like step up. But again, I don't know if you have a history with this person, so you're having a hard time trusting that they're being honest. And so it's creating a bit of a block for you this week. Okay? So probably if there's the Seven of Swords energy, it is probably somebody that you know of already. But I just feel like don't let some of you, this is like getting in the way of your career though. Okay. So don't let it get in the way of your goals. Like if you're stressed about this or not sure what to do in a situation or there's something on your mind that you're questioning when it comes to love, don't let it get in the way of your money, your career, because I feel like your money, your career is actually headed in a really positive direction. You're building and creating things. You have a lot of skills or you're working on your skills. Okay, you could be learning things. But this stress of the Nine of Swords, I feel like is related to this romantic situation here. Okay, so don't get distracted this week, Leo, but also at the same time, I feel like there's something you got to iron out when it comes to your love life. So that is what I have for you. Yeah, Two of Cups when I split the deck. So, all right. Let's move on here. Let's move on to Virgo. Let's see what Virgo needs to know for the week. What does Virgo need to know? We have number 29, Awakening Genius. Okay, so you're gaining a sense of knowledge. I also feel like you've been processing or analyzing something that's like all of a sudden you understand something or you're aware of something. Okay, like you're becoming very knowledgeable, or it's kind of giving me a little bit of like Hermit energy, which is your energy obviously, but there's kind of this feeling of like wisdom that you are having this week. You might start to really understand a situation this week or what to do or whatever. Let's see what's going on for Virgo this week. What does Virgo need to know this week? Knight of Swords. we have the Three of Wands in your challenge. Your advice is the Ten of Swords, and your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. Yeah, I feel like there's information or knowledge coming towards you. It could be communication as well with this Knight of Swords here. This is Gemini energy, which makes me think of Mercury, which is also your energy too. It's like there's a sense of like quick information, quick knowledge. Could be like intuitively as well. But I feel like for some of you, there's been some sort of like an illusion around an ending almost. Yeah, okay. You've been going through something that's like been very confusing, or there's been a sense of illusion here, Virgo. We have the Moon, the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the World card. Like some sort of ending that has been very challenging for you, possibly painful, not feeling the best about it, but you've been very overwhelmed and confused by it emotionally. I almost feel like that clarity is coming in, like you're understanding why something had to end. So you've been struggling to move forward with the Three of Wands, but I feel again, there's two Ten of Swords in this deck. You've been thinking everything's been fine, but it's like almost like now you're starting to understand why something had to end. And it could be because you realize like something better is out there for you. Okay? With the Lovers being in the advice. I feel like Ten of Swords in Ten of Swords is your advice, Lovers is your outcome. Ten of Swords in the advice is saying like, let this go. You don't need to carry this any longer. Let it go, let it like release it from your energy. And with the Lovers, it's like, then you can free yourself. You won't be tied down by this anymore. So there's a sense of, I almost feel like the information that was coming through you, like you're the catalyst somehow. Again, it could be intuition, but it's like all of a sudden there's this like boom, clarity. Like it just like comes in out of nowhere. You could get information from a person, but it also kind of feels like you. Clarify the cards here for Virgo this week. Yeah, Knight of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords. So you're like, all of a sudden you could get an intuitive message. I gotta go, I gotta leave, I gotta move, I gotta get out of this. You're like awakening. There's like a sense of, that's almost what I'm getting, is like Judgment, Tower energy of like you're awakening to this, like, I gotta move, I gotta get out of this. Three of Wands with Temperance in your challenge. Your advice, yeah, Ten of Swords at the Tower. Let it go, release it. Don't have to hold on to it anymore. You can start fresh. And the Lovers, we have the Eight of Cups. So you can move in a better direction. You can have better connections. Again, we have the Devil here. You're releasing yourself from something here, but you all of a sudden have this clarity. It feels like maybe you've been struggling to let something go because you haven't had the sense of clarity of like, well, why do I have to let it go? Why is this happening to me? Why do I need to do this? Like kind of like Ten of Swords can be a card of like obsessing or ruminating, like holding on to the pain longer than we need to, right? And so, but it's almost like you've been trying to find the Ace of Swords. You've been trying to find the clarity so that you can start fresh. And I feel like you are getting that here with the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords. You're moving and detaching from a situation because of some sort of information or knowledge that you're gaining somehow. Okay, so again, this could be like news that travels to you, or you could be finding some news, but I also just feel like it's you moving on in a situation or realizing like, I gotta get out of here. Because in your challenge, we have the Three of Wands, Temperance. So you've been waiting. The challenge has been like you haven't been able to move forward. You've been having to wait. A lot of you, maybe, again, you've been having to heal. You've been doing some healing work with Temperance, but it's almost like the healing work hadn't been completed fully yet. I almost feel like now it's completing. You're now officially able to release yourself from the past and whatever this situation was. Yeah, Judgment, Hierophant, definitely could have been a relationship, okay? But you're releasing yourself from what's been holding you back. Old belief systems, old patterns that you've been in. You're letting those go, especially, and that's your advice if you haven't yet. But I do feel like you're going to get a sense of clarity this week that's going to allow you to already, like the universe is saying, like, it's done, it's over. You don't need to keep sitting in this. It's not bringing you anything productive or it's just not bringing you anything good, right? And so it's like these things are over. There's better things waiting for you on the other side. 8 of Cups and the Lovers, but you got to walk away. And I feel like you will be detaching from this. I don't feel like this is going to emotionally have a hold on you in the future, but I also feel like it's not mentally. I feel like mentally you're moving into a better space too with that 6 of Swords. And I feel like if you are leaving a relationship, it's because there's a better one that's not karmic. Okay, there's a better one with the Lovers here that's on its way, or you're headed in a better direction when it comes to relationships. Like you're healing a sense of like codependency, blocks, karma. Okay, like letting go of a very karmic situation. Possibly for some of you, like karmic patterns. Like there's a realization as to why you've been stuck, essentially. And you're awakening to that and you're letting that go. Okay, you're releasing that. I also feel like too, with this card being as colorful as it is, it feels like your world is going to brighten up. You're like, there's more liveliness to your environment, your world, your connections. Okay, so like we go from like this dark Tower, Devil, 10 of Swords energy, and this is what you're letting go of, and then we enter this like bright, positive, exciting, new, fresh energy here. Okay, so I just feel like you're heading from a challenging place into a lot better place, and it's because with this Knight of Swords, it's because you're getting a sense of clarity or relief or knowledge, information, somehow, communication, okay, that's helping you move forward. And I don't know if it's a conversation you have with someone, or you have someone guides you in the right direction, or if it's coming from you within. You'll know, obviously. But I just feel like it's helping you move forward, definitely. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. We are going to move on to Libra. Let's see what's been going on here for Libra. What's going on for Libra this week? What is going on for Libra? What does Libra need to know? We have Waking the Lion, number 19. So some of you could have Leo in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Leo. This feels like you're waking up. Like you're just kind of like all of a sudden you're like having a sense of like motivation. It's making me think of like almost like Mars energy, even though Mars and Leo are not the same, but it's almost like you're ready to take action. You're ready to take a charge on a situation here, or you're ready to move, come out of a slump even. Like some of you could be, if you've been feeling a little low or feeling a little bit like you've been struggling, maybe you've maybe felt like you needed a bit of a cat nap or a break, right? It's like now you've woken up. Okay, what's going on for Libra this week? What is going on for Libra this week? We have the World card in your situation, 9 of Swords in your challenge, Queen of Wands. Yeah, some of you could be dealing with a Leo, or you've got it in your chart. Queen of Wands in your advice, or you need to harness that energy. And the outcome is the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands. Success, victory. I feel like you're successfully walking away from something or leaving something, completing something. Even number 19 with this Waking the Lion card breaks down to a 10, okay? So there's completion here and a new beginning. I feel like you're a little stressed about it, but you're being called to really harness your power in this situation. That fiery like energy, use it and assert yourself in a very positive way. So I don't know if, again, like some of you maybe been healing from something, and that's why like something's ending and you're waking up, you're entering this new cycle, this new phase. It feels like you've been completing something, and again, there's Leo with the World card here. Even the 6 of Wands, 5 of Wands is Leo. Some of you are really overcoming conflict, struggle, okay? Tower, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is victory after a battle. So you've been struggling with change, struggling with this like ending possibly for some of you. And I really feel like you're being called to, with the Queen of Wands in your advice, you're being called to kind of like harness this fiery, creative, passionate energy that's feisty. Like, I don't know, there's like a spark reigniting here. Okay, you are kind of like a little stressed, a little worried in your challenge. Okay, you could be thinking a lot, of maybe not sleeping well for some of you this week, but you're really being called to kind of like harness this passionate, more fiery side of yourself. And with the High Priestess here in the outcome, I feel like you're gonna feel more connected. I also feel like too, like you might just be very like focused. We'll have to kind of clarify and see. Clarify the cards here for Libra. Can you clarify these cards, please, for Libra? So the World, we have the Chariot. Yeah, you're moving forward. Taking action, too. This Nine of Swords, we have the Two of Wands. Queen of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles, and then the High Priestess with the Sun. Bottom of the deck, we have Justice, which is, again, your energy, and the Fool. You're starting a new chapter, new cycle, walking away from something, moving forward. Again, like waking up. There is a little bit of fear, though, about your future. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, like really stressed about like what comes next. Well, then what? How do I make a plan? How do I move forward? How do I, you know, like, and just kind of this kind of like paranoid, I heard paranoid Patty, paranoid energy of like really stressing. And again, some of you may have a hard time sleeping because it's very much on your mind. You're ready to move forward, but I also feel like you're stressed about moving forward, which is normal. And I feel like with your advice with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, use the power and the strength that you have to create a plan, stick to the plan, you know, be motivated about your future. And Knight of Pentacles talks about making a plan or creating a plan for your future, and so that you can consistently follow it every single day until you hit your mark, right? It's very detailed, it's slow, so you don't have to act fast, I feel, what Spirit's saying. But I also feel like with the Queen of Wands, it's saying like use your creativity to move you forward. Use your creativity to create a plan of how you're going to move forward. If it's not your creativity, it's your motivation, your inspiration, the excitement that you have for your future and what you want to have happen in your life. Use that. Use that to motivate you. Use that to help you move forward here. I feel like you're going to be very happy. Okay. The High Priestess and the Sun here is giving me like self-satisfaction. Like feeling very self-satisfied. Again, we have more Leo energy here with the Sun. We also have Pisces, Cancer. But I feel like there's this energy of you really wanting to, you're going to be feeling very improved, like a brand new person, a brand new day. Okay? Very happy, but it's like an internal happiness with the High Priestess. Like, this is something that you feel satisfied within. You've done the work within. You've done the inner reflection here. I also feel like your intuition is like very much shining brightly, whatever that means, where it's like, I kind of feel like it's more of like your intuition's very clear. You're going to know the way forward with the High Priestess and the Sun. You're going to know the direction you're going in. You're going to know what you want to accomplish. And I feel like your advice is to like have fun with it too. Leo energy is very fun. It's childlike energy, right? So like have fun with where you're trying to go, what you're trying to bring into your life. There's definitely you moving forward. I feel like your advice might be to just make a bit of a plan, take your time. Okay, you don't have to rush, definitely. Because I feel like you're very motivated with the Waking the Lion and the Chariot. You're very motivated to step into this new direction, move forward into something, but it's like you don't have to, if you don't have all the answers, Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, you don't have to like make impulsive decisions. Okay? But I do feel like you are moving forward after a period of reflection, a period of being maybe in isolation, or just like a period of taking a rest or taking a break from certain things. You're now ready to move forward in a very positive direction for yourself. It's like, again, it's like the excitement, the passion, everything's been reignited here for you. Okay, so it looks good, Libra. I like it. But yeah, some of you might be dealing with the Leo. Okay, or you have it again, like in your chart. But that is what I have for you, Libra. We are going to move on here to Scorpio. Let's see. What does Scorpio need to know for the week ahead? We have Earth Magic, number 1. Feels like you're creating something. I'm getting like magician vibes off of it. But it's almost like you're creating something by planting the seeds. Like, it's like a kind of like a mixture of like 7 of Pentacles and magician energy is what I'm getting. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio this week. And the Magician came out. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the Magician. The Magician's in your challenge position, interestingly enough. Your advice is the 4 of Swords, and your outcome, should you take the advice, is the 2 of Pentacles. Justice here at the bottom. Okay, so it feels like there's something that you're hoping and wishing for, something you really want with the 9 of Cups in your situation. It feels like your challenge is like harnessing the power and the strength with the Magician. Like you might be struggling to create something. I feel like the Earth magic is saying you have all the resources you need in your world, your environment, the Earth, right? And so there's something that you want, something that you are trying to like align yourself with, okay? Justice. Your advice here is the 4 of Swords. So take a break if you need to. I feel like as well, like clearing the mind or working on your mental strength. Okay, hermiting a little bit. You might be keeping to yourself a lot this week, or you might feel like you maybe need to take, especially if you're working really hard at creating something or trying to create something, you might feel like you need a bit of a break for yourself. I do feel like change is happening here with the 2 of Pentacles in your outcome. Like things are going to start to balance out, things are going to start to harmonize for you, but I also feel like there's something you're trying to create for yourself here, Scorpio. Something you're trying to manifest. Let's see, let's clarify these cards further for you. Let's clarify these cards further for Scorpio this week. So the 9 of Cups, we have the Page of Cups in your situation. Challenge with the Magician, we have the Star. Yeah, this is like believing in yourself is the challenge. Believing in your strengths, your powers. Having hope and faith for what you're trying to manifest. 4 of Swords in your advice is clarified by the Death card. And then the 2 of Pentacles in your outcome is clarified by the Hierophant. Yeah, things are going to stabilize. Things are going to feel more grounded. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. I feel like there is an opportunity for you to step into something here with the 9 of Cups and the Page of Cups. It's like maybe you've received an opportunity, or you have the opportunity to move forward in something, or you're thinking about moving forward in something that you really want to do. I feel like you could be healing from some sort of ending, though. I'm feeling like the biggest challenge here is like you believing in your own potential. Okay, with the Magician here and the Star, this is like you struggling to believe in your own potential. Okay, and I think what the universe is saying is like allow yourself to go through this change, this growth, this like things aren't just going to happen overnight. Is what I heard. Okay, so allow yourself, take breaks when you need them as well. Like don't try to like run yourself into the ground. Okay, this is going to be like I feel like it's going to be a slow and steady growth with the Taurus energy with the Hierophant, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles. It's like slow and steady wins the race. Like things are going to start to move forward in a positive direction. Things are going to start to change for you, but you have to believe that they're going to change. Okay. Some of you as well, like you could be trying to manifest a relationship or manifest a connection. Death card is also your energy, so it's like, again, taking a break, healing, and allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to go through the change, the transformation. Can I get, yeah, we have the Emperor here. Like, don't give your power away. 9 of Wands, and don't get depleted. 9 of Wands can be burnt out energy. 7 of Pentacles, like investing a lot into a situation, but not taking time to rest. So it's like, don't give your power away. So I don't know if that's like to other people or what, but it feels like you have the potential to step into something this week, Scorpio, but but don't give your power away. Believe in yourself. Some of you need to like your mindset is what needs to change with the Emperor, the Four of Swords, and the Death card. And your advice is like changing your mindset. Because again, there's a sense of like not believing that you're capable, or not fully believing in your manifestation skills or your creative skills. So changing your mindset might be something that you need to work on this week. Because whatever this is that you're wanting, you really do want it. 9 of Cups. It emotionally is fulfilling. It's exciting. It's something that sparks a sense of even creativity for some of you with this Page of Cups. But it's like you might doubt yourself, and I think it's the mental aspect of changing your mindset that needs to maybe happen here. Give me one more with this Hierophant, 2 of Pentacles, and the outcome for Scorpio. 2 of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Yeah, Page of Wands. Change will happen. You'll be moving in a positive direction here. We do have the strength. You're going to overcome this challenge. Whatever you're struggling with this week, I think you're going to be overcoming it. I see you stepping into your power. There's a lot of very strong, masculine, powerful energy here with the Hierophant, Emperor, and the Magician. Like, I feel like this is something you're definitely going to start to take action on. You're going to start to move forward in, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. But you are going to overcome this challenge that you've been like struggling with, that I think is preventing you from really creating the things that you want. I think that's going to start to change. You're going to be able to actually move in this positive direction. You're actually going to be able to move forward. So there just might be some stuff this week, Scorpio, that's coming up that you need to shift your mindset around or heal your mindset, okay? And it's healing your mindset so that you believe in your power and your strength and your manifestation, your creation skills is essentially what I'm getting, okay? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. We are going to move on here to Sagittarius. So let's see what's going on for Sag this week. What does Sagittarius need to know? We have number 32, quieting the mind. Okay, so it might be a time to take a step back. Getting like 4 of Swords energy. Some of you could just be very calm this week is what I'm getting. We have the Page of Pentacles in your situation. Your challenge is the 6 of Cups. Your advice is the Ace of Cups, and your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So it could be dealing with a fire sign. Well, you're a fire sign, but we also have earth and water here. So there's something maybe being presented to you. There's something that you're reflecting on that I actually feel, it's in your challenge, which makes me feel like this could be, the 6 of Cups could be what you're trying to quiet your mind from. Okay, the past, something from the past, like you're trying to, it almost feels like you're trying to like fill your own cup again. Okay, I feel like that's your advice with the Ace of Cups here, and your advice is like fill your own cup again, quiet the mind, take a break, you know, do some self-care, that sort of thing. It feels like this is to like get you back into your own power with the Emperor here in the outcome and the King of Wands. You also might have more energy to like take action on things. There is like some sort of like news or potential here with this Page of Pentacles in your situation. So we'll see what that's about. But this really feels like you letting go or trying to let go or release yourself from some sort of memory or thoughts that you have, emotional thoughts from the past. I feel like they're good memories, but you're kind of like, it feels like a little obsessive. So that could be why you're maybe needing to quiet the mind, because it's heavily on your mind, you know? And this is to like just kind of take a break and fill your own cup up, so you can get back into your energy here with the Emperor being fire sign energy. It's going to allow you to like take more action. Clarify the cards on the table for Sag here. Clarify the cards on the table for Sag. So you have the Page of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. Some of you could be focused on work this week. You may also have something, again, it feels like something's trying to move forward. Like someone might be trying to collaborate or work together with you as well. Okay. So I see there being, some of you are learning new skills as well. So like there might be slow progress or slow growth when it comes to like you learning skills. Maybe you're in school. Okay. I feel like this is just kind of like a focus for you this week. It feels like you could be trying to not think about a relationship or something. Clarify the Six of Cups, Ace of Wands. So, Ace of Cups with the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Emperor with the Hierophant. Again, quieting the mind, I feel like, is your advice. We have the Eight of Swords with the Ace of Cups in your advice. Quiet the mind. Take a step back. There might be like, I feel like there's a love thing here. Give me one more with this Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the challenge for Sag. Like an old flame, an old spark is what I'm getting. Yeah, Three of Cups. Ten of Cups. Someone you maybe used to be in a relationship with, someone you used to be friends with, like an old flame, an old spark. For some reason, that's in your challenge. Like, I feel like you could feel very depleted this week, Sag, so just be cautious of that. Maybe one more with this Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the challenge. Or, sorry, the advice. King of Wands. Yeah, like, quiet your mind. Don't allow yourself to... There's a similar reading, I think, for like Leo, where it's like, don't get distracted. I feel like there's things you're working on this week, Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, but there's something like love, an old flame, an old spark, something that you're kind of like, it might have been something that never really got off the ground as well. Like it could have just been very casual or friendly even. Okay, but I feel like there's something on your mind here, and I feel like it's saying quiet the mind. Don't let the mind deplete you of energy, because there's a need for you to kind of maintain your strength and your control and your motivation almost, because I feel like this could be very depleting for you, and then it takes away from what you're trying to actually work on. One more with the Emperor and the Hierophant here and the outcome for Sag. Yeah, Judgment, and then we have the Eight of Wands, Lovers. So there could be someone who's like wanting a second chance. You could also just be trying to move forward. I feel like it could be with regards to relationships. Okay, Lovers here. But I feel like I don't know, maybe that's what's on your mind, is the fact that maybe someone wants another chance, or you're debating on giving someone another chance. Feels like there's communication around this. So don't get distracted by the things that you have to do. Like, don't get distracted by love for the things that you have to do this week, because I feel like there's Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. There's things you got to get done, things that you're working on, things that are people who want to work with you, people who are trying to connect with you, collaborate with you, that sort of thing, from like a work perspective or like a life perspective. And then there's this like emotional stuff that is kind of your challenge here, is like thinking about the good times, the good flames, the old flames. Like, you know, do you want to restart this? Do you want to give something a second chance? Do you want to move forward? Yeah, I feel like there's going to be somebody who maybe reaches out to you here, Sag, who wants to work on moving things forward with you. Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Like, I don't know if this is you offering a second chance to someone, or someone offering a second chance to you. Feels like you're struggling with the decision. You're struggling with whether to give something a second chance. So quiet the mind when it comes to this. Like, don't allow this to get all up in your energy. Don't allow it to take control of you and your energy. Like, don't let this phase you or bother you. Okay. And more so, not that you can't think about it, you can't like do anything about it, but it feels like more of, don't let it distract you from the things that you have to get done, the practical things in your life. Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. Like, don't allow it to distract you from the things that really need to get done this week. Okay. But I do feel like you're struggling. I do feel like someone's going to offer to move forward and like give something a second chance. But there's stress, I think, on your end about it. So you're going to have to make maybe a bit of a judgment call this week, with Judgment being there. Okay, whether you want to move forward in something. But that is what I have for you, Sag. Let's move on here to Capricorn. What is going on here? I just saw the Queen of Swords, so could be very direct this week is what I'm getting. What's going on for Capricorn here? We have beautiful uncaging, number 14. So it feels like you could be like opening up your heart, or there's a change that's happening emotionally for you. You also could be like releasing your emotions, or like expressing, or somebody could be expressing their emotions. If you hear any noises, the dogs are wrestling above me here. So if you hear any like weird bangs and knocks, it's the morning wrestle. All right, what is going on here for Capricorn this week? 3 of Swords. We have the Page of Swords in the challenge, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles in your advice. Outcome, we have the Magician. Okay, so it feels like there's something challenging when it comes to your love situations. We have Ace of Cups. I feel like some of you could be manifesting new love, okay? Magician, Ace of Cups. Magician's in your outcome, so it does feel like you're opening yourself up to new things. The 3 of Swords, though, it feels like you're still trying to overcome something. So as much as you're manifesting new things, you're also still kind of struggling with the heartbreak or the walking away of other situations. The Page of Swords in your challenge here is like, I feel like you still have your eye on this. Like she's actually looking back at the 3 of Swords. So it's like you're still dealing with this 3 of Swords energy. And I feel like your advice is to focus on yourself, Queen of Pentacles. When you can start to focus on yourself, I think that that's going to allow you to bring in a sense of manifestation, strength, control back into your life of like what you're wanting to create for yourself. Okay, so this is like, it's kind of about like opening yourself back up. Yes, I don't really feel like your heart's closed. I just feel like you're focused on the past or a heartbreak, and there's a need for you to focus on your future, if that makes any sense. So let's see, let's clarify these cards here for Capricorn. Yeah, 3 of Swords is clarified by Judgment. Page of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. So yeah, you're watching someone else or someone's watching you. Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Magician with the 10 of Swords, with the Hanged Man here. Wheel of Fortune. So there's a need to kind of surrender and let the universe do some of this work. I think that that might be challenging for some of you though. We have the 9 of Swords even behind that. Okay, so there's the little bit of resistance here. I do feel like, again, 3 of Swords, Judgment, you're trying to maybe overcome something. Some of you could still be trying to figure out too, like, do I give this another chance? What do I do in this situation? How do I move forward? I feel like there's kind of, it's heavily on your mind. It's heavily a focus for you this week. We do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles here. So there is that match, but it's like you needing to focus on what you need to focus on. I feel like your challenge could be a focus on an earth sign or again, your counterpart, the person that you've been dealing with the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you who's not necessarily watching, but it's like it's maybe even just on your mind a lot with the Page of Swords. Definitely you could be watching like social media, that sort of thing on this person. You might see them on social media. And it's just like, it's almost like it keeps bringing up the pain for some of you because you do see them on social media or you are watching them or getting information or something like that. Again, your advice here that the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles is like worrying about yourself. What are the things you need to get through today? What are the things you got to work on today? What do you got to do today? And kind of taking your mind and your energy off of this person and kind of moving yourself forward. The Magician here in the outcome with the 10 of Swords. So it feels like there could be an ending, but it could be also a releasing and a letting go. Like you're in control of this situation. I feel like the Magician is saying. Give me one for this Magician, 10 of Swords. And the outcome for Capricorn. Yeah, 3 of Wands. Like you're the one in control of how you move forward in this, whether you hold on to things or you let things go. I think you already know that. But this is about like maybe you not knowing, you're waiting for your manifestation come in. You might feel like this has been over and you're now waiting for things to move forward, waiting for the outcome. Okay, Three of Wands and the Magician can both be manifestation cards, or like waiting for your manifestation to come in. Clarify the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles in the challenge for Capricorn. Clarify this Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles for Capricorn. Yeah, the Everything is Fine card, Ten of Swords. I also feel too, for some of you, you might need to get something off your chest, or you may feel like you want to express something, but I don't know if you are. Okay. You might be pretending, watching from afar, pretending that everything's all good, but it's like, it's not. You are still struggling with it. We do have the Ten of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Some of you feel like, in the Eight of Cups, Empress, you may feel like you've been abandoned or you've been left behind, or, you know, someone's detaching themselves from you. Okay. Clarify Judgment, Three of Swords for Capricorn this week. We have the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So some of you are thinking about a new beginning, but you're still caught up in the past. Okay, so there is this energy of like, you have to decide whether you're going to move forward or not. Decide if you're ready to let something go from the past that's been challenging, painful, stressful, not overly fun to be in, so that you can move forward, right? So that you can bring in your manifestation, Three of Wands and the Ace of Wands, to make the Four of Wands, right? To bring in the type of relationship that you're looking for, to bring in the type of stability or life that you're looking for. Okay, so your advice this week, Capricorn, is to try to focus on yourself, try to focus on what you are creating for yourself, what you want to create for yourself, adding value to your own life. And I feel like then things will start to slowly, like you'll be able to slowly start to move forward, or you're going to be able to slowly start seeing the change in your direction. Some of you really need to change your focus, like change your focus like off of this person, so that you can move forward in your own life for what you're trying to create. Okay. So some of you are just kind of like really struggling mentally to take your fixation off of someone. I've had this for a few different signs. Okay. So I don't know what's happening astrologically, but there's just a lot of like people worried about what other people are doing kind of thing, you know? So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Let's move forward here to Aquarius. Let's see. What does Aquarius need to know for the week? We have Endless Possibilities, number 38. This actually reminds me of the Star card, which is your energy. Yeah, I feel like you've got hope, or you're seeing the potential in something, is what it feels like. Aquarius, let's see what this is about. Maybe seeing potential in yourself. What's going on for Aquarius this week? What does Aquarius need to know? Aquarius. We have the Six of Cups. Challenge is the Ten of Swords. Your advice is the Seven of Wands. And your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So it feels like you're struggling in a situation here where you maybe need to put in some boundaries. There's a lot of potential for your future. There's a lot of potential to be happy, but I do feel like you're maybe letting something go from your past. We have the Six of Cups here in your situation, and then we have the Ten of Swords in the challenge. So the struggle to like let something go is what it feels like with the Six of Cups, Ten of Swords. And the Seven of Wands and your advice is telling me you need to rise above this. You need to like overcome this. Use your strength and your courage to persevere, to create boundaries as well in this situation. And that's going to open up and bring a lot more happiness and celebration in your life. Some of you are going to start to enjoy time with family, friends, that sort of thing. But it does feel like you are overcoming some sort of conflict here with this Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of potential or endless possibilities for your future here, Aquarius, that begins with walking away from this situation. Ten of Swords in your challenge does feel like it's still bothering you. You're still struggling with it. You're still maybe holding on to this a little bit. And I think that that's where this Seven of Wands comes in, where it's like, don't allow it to pull your energy down. Don't allow it to, or this person or this situation to tug on you, pull on your energy. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. Let's clarify these cards here. So it would be someone who you had a lot of maybe arguments or a lot of drama even with this person or this situation. Let's see. Clarify the cards on the table for Aquarius. Yeah, Six of Cups with the Nine of Swords. Sorry for my dogs. 10 of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Wands with the 10 of Swords again. And then we have the Three of Cups with the Eight of Wands. So the Moon here at the bottom of the deck. There could be a lot of fear or worry, stress. There's definitely a lot of stress. Nine of Swords and both of the 10 of Swords. It feels like it's around a family situation or even a love situation. Okay, you could have a family with this person. Okay, so this could be a sense of, it's just like maybe there's children involved for some of you somehow. Okay, but that's like, this is really all about letting something go, letting the pain go, and rising above the situation. Okay, Seven of Wands, 10 of Swords. It's also a little bit about like being brave. Some of you, it's like putting on a brave face as well. Like, I don't know if maybe this is like affecting you on a physical level, where it's like you're maybe not doing as many things. I feel like when you can set a boundary though, and you can rise above this, like Seven of Wands can be like rising above the crowd, like doing something different to make yourself stand out, having strength and courage to overcome a situation. I feel like that's what your advice is, like to allow yourself to overcome it, but you might have to put a boundary in order to help yourself. It's like you're pretending maybe everything's fine the way it is and it's not. And so you need to set that boundary. You need to set that like firm line of like, this is okay and this is not okay, right? And of like very clear and direct. And I think that that's really going to help you move forward. Your outcome here, if you do that, we have the Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. These are very positive cards. And again, after the Seven of Wands comes the Eight of Wands. You can actually start to move forward in a very positive direction. You can start enjoying yourself, happiness, good messages. Some of you might start dating again, or you might start putting yourself out there, just socializing even with your family, your friends, people who bring excitement and joy to your life. It's almost like things are going to start to move forward in a very positive and optimistic way. But you have to first set that boundary, create that line in the sand so that you can bring in, you have so many possibilities. Like these are available to you at any point in time, but you have to actively choose whether you're going to step towards them or not. If you don't do that, then you're going to kind of stay stuck in this energy, right? I feel like there's a level of like fear, and it's like you're getting caught up in the illusion of the situation. You're getting caught up in the situation that is like preventing you from really moving forward. So your advice here is, if you're struggling with a situation from your past, or a family situation, or a love situation, a relationship situation, I feel like your advice is to create that boundary, set that line, set that standard, to say, this is what I I no longer accept this the way that it's been going, right? And then that's going to open you up. It's like all of a sudden, because you create that line, it's like the universe goes, okay, they're serious, and like we're going to bring in some good things for them. Okay. I feel like some of you with this 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles in your challenge, you may feel like you've lost a lot. Like you may feel like you've lost your stability. You don't have any sense of stability. So you could be struggling to feel stable within yourself, or just within your situation. You might feel like you've lost your support system as well. I feel like there are people around you with the Three of Cups though who do support you. And there may be people messaging you or communicating with you. Some of you haven't yet left this situation either. I feel like if you haven't left the situation, you will be leaving the situation, or at least that's your advice, is to set that boundary. And there's going to be people with the Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, are people going to be messaging you, wanting to hang out with you, support you, wanting to get together with you, to communicate and talk and support you. Why the Six of Cups with the Nine of Swords here for Aquarius? Clarify the Six of Cups, Nine of Swords in this situation. We have the Two of Wands, and then the Four of Wands flew all the way out here, so just don't mind me. It does feel, though, like you're struggling to move forward from a relationship, a home situation, a family situation. Okay, Two of Wands, Four of Wands is like moving forward, looking towards the future with the Two of Wands. I also feel like things maybe used to be really good in this situation, and you're struggling with like the potential of what it was versus what it is now. I feel like it's not what it used to be. And so it's like leaving this behind probably creates a big change for you. Some of you could be like getting divorced, or like, again, leaving like a very committed relationship, maybe like moving out for some of you. But I feel like there's good things on the other side of it, but this is teaching you to set boundaries. And then anything is possible after that. You're going to feel so much more in control too. So, I mean, this doesn't really feel fun for whoever this is for. It just feels like it's kind of specific. Give me one more with this Three of Cups, Eight of Wands, and the outcome for Aquarius. Three of Cups, Eight of Wands for Aquarius. Yeah, Seven of Swords came out. I feel like it's almost like you detaching. Yeah, it's going to make you feel good with the Sun. There's a sense of like setting the boundary brings the detaching energy, where you can focus on yourself, you can focus on happiness, you can focus on the positive things that are going to be moving forward. Okay, like the Seven of Swords is coming up as detaching. You're able to detach from the situation that's been causing you strife. Okay, and there's so much possibilities, there's so much happiness here that's available to you at the same time. And you're going to feel very in control, very powerful, very like Leo energy, your opposite sign with the Sun. This could have also, for some of you, we have the full moon in Leo coming up. So things might get a lot better after the full moon. Okay, I know that's like not this week, but full moons talk about endings, right? So that could be when you're really starting to clear up this energy. And then it's like anything is possible from here. Okay, so you're really opening yourself up to new potential here as well, Aquarius. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully that resonated. Not, again, the most fun message, but it is what it is. Someone needed to hear that. So let's see what is going on here for Pisces. What is going on for Pisces? We have the Four of Swords with the Ten of Cups. Some of you could be spending a lot of time at home, or just like not really engaging with other people. What's going on for Pisces here? We have Seeing Beyond, number 36. So third eye. Third eye chakra here. I feel like you're seeing, some of you are like seeing the future, okay? Like your intuition's like on point here, Pisces. I feel like though there's, I don't know if you're reading between the lines or you're seeing the potential of something, like you're seeing either maybe, if someone's telling you something, you're like, I don't fully believe you because you see through it. There's something you see through. You see the truth of the situation. You're seeing through a situation. Okay, and if it's not that, then you see the potential. Like you're looking beyond the current energy right now. We have the Five of Wands in the situation. The challenge is the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Your advice is the Three of Cups. Your outcome, should you take the advice, is the Tower. Bottom of the deck with the Three of Wands. Yeah, you're seeing the future. You're seeing beyond. There's something that's, there's like conflict here. 5 of Wands in the situation. There could be drama that's going on. You're seeing through it. The challenge though is the truth. Like the challenge is this clarity. But I do feel like, I don't know if you're struggling with something in your life, but for some of you, it's like your advice with the 3 of Cups could be to reach out to the people around you. You may have like friends that you might want to connect with or reach out to. There's a big change happening though with the Tower in your outcome. And that's not always a bad thing. Because I do see you moving forward, maybe into new things. I mean, again, High Priestess, like you're seeing, there's something that it's almost like, you know, something's changing, something's happening here. Could be love. We do have the King of Wands and the 2 of Cups behind that. Okay, so it could be a love situation, but intuitively you feel something coming, something changing. I also feel like with the Tower here and the outcome, it's like it's out of your control. It's not something that you can, like it's going to happen. Or you're letting it happen. What's this 5 of Wands here for Pisces this week? Yeah, 10 of Wands. Ace of Swords with the 4 of Swords in the challenge. 3 of Cups with the 10 of Cups in your advice. And we have the Tower with the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Magician here. You're manifesting a new life for yourself and you're manifesting abundance. I actually feel like you're letting go of something that's been a little heavy for you. 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. I don't know if maybe some of you have had a lot of responsibilities, or like maybe you've been like responsible for other people somehow. I feel like your challenge is to like remove yourself from that a little bit. I think you need to remove yourself from this energy, okay? So that you can find the clarity and see the future, see what needs to change, see the truth of a situation. Some of you just really need to clear your mind. But it's interesting because you trade in like this 5 of Wands energy and your advice is the 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So it's like you're trading in the good or the bad for the good, you know? Like your advice is to focus on and connect with people that make you feel good, not people that bring more drama and conflict and struggle into your life. I feel like you're in a situation that's like weighing you down when there's other people around you who are more deserving of your, like you have more supportive friends, you have more supportive family than you do with the current situation. There's something that you're struggling with and that it does involve other people, but your challenge is to take a step back from that. I feel like the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles is like you focusing on yourself, you creating changes in your own personal life that are going to bring abundance. Again, it's like focusing on putting a lot of attention on you, or maybe even the Tower is like the shift of the attention back on yourself. We have the Magician here at the bottom. So you are manifesting. Your intuition's very strong. You need to listen to that. Why is this 5 of Wands with the 10 of Wands in Pisces situation this week? What is this 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands here for? Why is this 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands? We have the Emperor. I feel like this is going to be something you're distancing yourself from. This could be a boss. This could be work related, but it also could be a relationship. If you have someone who's like maybe trying to control a lot, or they're creating a lot of drama, but they're trying to control the situation. They're trying to control, maybe put a lot of burden on you or a lot of responsibility on you. Maybe you just have a lot of responsibilities. Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles. Like you've got a lot going on, but it's like you don't even have the time to do it. The advice of the 3 of Cups and the 10 of Cups for Pisces. What is this? We have the 3 of Swords. Yeah, focus on things that make you feel good. I feel like there's supportive people around you. King of Pentacles. You might be in a relationship with someone who can help you. Okay, Magician. Like if you're in a good relationship, you might have, like this might be a boss, the situation, or a work situation. But then there's like a counterpart, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, who can help you overcome and heal from this, help you see the situation differently. Some of you, I'm getting like, some of you might, this person, if you're married or something, or if you're in a relationship and you're having struggle at work, there might be someone who offers for you to stay home. Like you don't have to go to work. They'll look after you or something like that. If that's, what's this Tower, Queen of Pentacles, and the outcome? Justice. Yeah, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to balance itself out. Again, some of you, I don't know, there's something like maybe being able to stay home or work from home, or give me one more with this 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the advice. Yeah, there's somebody who can help you emotionally, like somebody who's going to help lift your spirits, lift your mood. It might be friends, okay, family members, whatever, but there's people who can help you overcome and see the situation differently, or just shift your energy. I do feel like, though, there's going to be more of a focus on you putting energy and time into what you need in your life. Give me one more with this Emperor. Yeah, Hermit. See, again, I see you pulling yourself back from this energy here. And like breaking free. Chariot, the Fool, Strength, like wanting to overcome this, not wanting to participate. Okay. I feel like, again, things are going to get better for you, but I think you have to pull yourself back. You have to, like, even 4 of Swords in your challenge here. And then we have the Hermit that did come out. Like the 4 of Swords to me is sometimes like the minor arcana of the Hermit, right? Reflection, self-reflection, being isolated on their own. But I feel like there's something you are going to stop or pull your energy back. Start putting in less energy almost as well with the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. Start putting in less energy. And again, if you are in a relationship, someone might say like, you don't have to go back to work. You can move on. Like you can leave this behind and, you know, I'll help you. I'll support you. You know, someone might even offer you something new. Yeah, you're going to be definitely investing more into yourself. Possibly starting something new that you're going to put your time and your energy into. But your intuition's definitely, like with the seeing beyond, it's like you're seeing where something's not good and something's not. You're reading between the lines like, okay, I got to change something here. I got to heal from something here. You're struggling with it a little bit, but I think that you're struggling from stepping away from whatever this is what it feels like the most. Okay, but there are people, supportive people, stable people in your life that can help you feel better about this situation, or even provide solutions is also what I'm getting. Okay, so reach out to those people, allow those people to help you. I feel like people are aware of what you're going through though too. Like I feel like there's possibly 2 people, like you and 2 other people who are able to help you, or that are aware of your situation, that want to help you in this, whatever this is here, Pisces. If not, definitely there's 1. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Pisces, for the week. And that is the weekly reading. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Again, I'll be posting the love readings this week as well. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.